Some people say no to.
Okay, welcome back again. Video number 2 from the new house. We have now moved in. Got the air conditioning in this room, Hong Samut, which is library. This is my kind of private little library. This gives me a dedicated quiet space for my books. I can read. Generally, there's no traffic here. It's in a corner of the house. Highly recommend. If the weather were adverse and I was really in the mood for a smoke, I could smoke in here no problem. Try that. And then got a bigger air conditioner for my bedroom. And that one's really nice. If it works out like I hope I'll include a teeny clip of bonus footage on. It's a different brand I'm not used to, different style I'm not used to. Fawn's at work. She's working a half day today. It's 9 a.m. And then we're going to go to the city, get a bunch of errands. A friend of mine, we became friends through him making the sissy bar for my bike from scratch. I sketched one of my famous little hand sketches, and he interpreted it and made a beautiful sissy bar. Probably more dramatic and a little more 70s than I was intending, but I like it. And so I got to pick up various things from the city. He made me 2 pieces of furniture. One he's refusing my money for. So it's a table base for my barrel head that I bought at Woodford Reserve. I will show that at some point. It's super cool. If you're into bourbon at all or Americana, it's super cool. But the house video will be I'll probably do that after this. I just wanted to do some regular content. I don't want this to become the home channel or the moving channel. Okay, so as the thumbnail indicates, or will indicate when I make it, is 6 + 1 false facts that an expat will tell you. I use the term foreign resident. That's what I am. I'm a foreigner, alien, whatever you want to say. I don't belong here. This isn't my home. I've made a temporary home here for maybe 15 years or something, and that's that. And trying to have a little fun. Today's video hopefully will be a little lighter and a little more fun, but it's all true. It's all true. Like all my videos, everything is true. I don't. In fact, I'll ask for a little credit. I've taken more than my fair share of repercussions for telling it straight out. There's plenty of people who do not like this, and that's that. Number 1, I've heard many guys talking to other expats and such, and they'll say, "Oh, you just leave the ties to themselves. You don't need to worry about it. You don't need to. It's their culture. Let them do that. You just eat your Western food every day, speak English only, and whatever." And I'm not attempting to tell you what you should do. I'm just telling you things that would benefit you if you choose them. My point against this is huge bonus points if you do even the littlest bit. Learning how to do a why. Generally, people will why you when they're younger, and most of us are older. This is a retirement in Thailand-based channel, so we're older, and so virtually everybody I meet is younger than me. They're younger than me. So they'll give me a big formal why and all that, and I just give them a little press, and usually in English, I'll just say, thank you. I might say kap kum kap if it's a little more formal situation, but I'm not going to do kap kum krap and then flex on somebody in their own language. I won't do that, but I'll do a little kap kum kap. But generally, I say thank you in English on purpose, so they're getting to do all the Thai stuff. I'm not trying to out-Thai the Thai person. You can do that. Sort of, and take away some of their. And I don't want to do that, so I just usually English. Everybody that knows me knows I speak, and I just do that to keep it simple. And so you have no real need to spend a lot of time on that. Just a little bow. Respect. It's a big thing. A lot of the culture is on respect. And if you skip out on all that, one, you can be disrespecting other people. Pretty easy to do. I think everybody knows take your shoes off when you go in anywhere, just about. Even at the local corner store, there's a pile of sandals out in front. Generally, unless I'm really not in the mood, I kick mine off and I go in barefoot as well. And it just shows that I'm not trying to be a Thai person or anything like that. I've got no interest. It's me saying, yes, I understand this is a culture and I'm going along with it, you know? Just like we had a blessing ceremony here, which basically amounted to some people leaving a bucket of rice with moth larvae in it that then hatched into my new house that I've been chasing down the last week. So, thank you for the blessing of pests, but what are you going to do, That one maybe bit me in the butt a little bit, but they're mostly gone, I hope. The biggie would be attire. That would be arguably as or more, even more important than the bowing and stuff. I mean, well, I don't know, they're maybe equal, but if you can tolerate wearing long pants in any situation where you're meeting other people, where your Thai woman would arguably by any stretch be showing you off or having people see her with you, wear long pants if you can at all tolerate. And they can be jeans. They can be ripped up jeans or super in style here. You can wear the stretchy, thin, ripped up, all cotton, really, comfortable, like pajama type jeans. Nobody cares, okay? And you can wear some kind of sandal. If you can wear something they wear open toe stuff all the time. I get that, but if you cannot do that, that's better. Because let me take a side thing here. It's going against a negative stereotype of us. The negative stereotype is that we dress very poorly, and so anything that someone can subconsciously or overtly say or to judge you or whatever, that you're doing that, it's more ammo against you. And you cannot care, and that's great, but your wife is going to care. Your wife's family is going to care. Other people that are around you, if you make a couple of Thai friends, they're going to care. You have the real friends won't care. How many of those do you have here, really? So I'm just saying, it's up to you. Again, I don't care what anybody does, but if you can wear a closed-toe shoe, that goes a long way, long pants, and a shirt with sleeves. It could be short sleeves. It could be an athletic wicking, whatever, but just any kind of shirt with a sleeve, and you're great, And if you wear a hat, try to look around, see what the Thai people around you were wearing, and try not to wear like a foreign tourist hat with baggy shorts and sandals. That's like, they call that the Phalang uniform, the Krung Bet Phalang. And that's an insult, by the way, and it's an insult that we've earned. It's a negative stereotype of us that's real, okay? So anyways, but back onto this. So observing the culture, there's a couple of things. If you do that, what you really get is you separate yourself from all the other foreigners here, and we generally have, and I hate to say this because I am one, okay, but we have kind of a poor reputation here, and we've earned it. We've done it. There's a real crime evaluation on CCTV footage that I watch frequently. I really like the guy, John Correa. And he did one on Thailand, and he quoted a statistic. I'm going to take him at his word and assume he must have researched it, because everything else he does is extremely research-based. He seems to be an extremely truthful individual. And he said 60% of men that come to Thailand do so for the sex trade. So, sexual tourism, whatever. So, that is the stereotype, fair or not, and if it applies to you or not, that's when they look at you, that's what people are thinking. And so the more you can separate yourself from everybody, I've done this successfully and over 4 years here, and it's wonderful. I mean, I don't get any of that thrown at me, and I have a nice little reputation. When I go and ask for something, I get people giving me actual, genuine free gifts, discounts. I've never paid the foreigner price on anything ever that I am aware of. I just feel more respected and more appreciated, and I think everybody likes that, right? Anyway, so I got to move more quickly. Drinking is okay. Number 2, they'll say drinking is okay. Hey, great, go have some drinking. It's legal. It's tolerated by the government, and you'll say, oh my gosh, there's Thai men in my village or up at the corner bar, and they're all drunk. Hey, that's great, but there isn't a negative stereotype about Thai men in Thailand. Now, is there? There is one about us. If you want to drink, that's great. I enjoy bourbon. I do it at home quietly, and I drink very little for health reasons. But if you want to knock back a couple 3 beers or something, just try not to do it crazy and loud and all that, and be polite about it. If you're in your wife's village at a pub or restaurant that serves alcohol, and you're with her, or if you're not, it doesn't matter, and you're drinking, you can take your bottle and set it on the ground next to you and fill your glass from below the table and put your glass on top. That's the more Not that you have to, but it's a more respectful option of how you can drink. And it may be culturally common here for people that do drink to drink until drunk, whether foreign or local. You can make your own choice. You're going to do what you want to do, and that's fine. Just, if you can, anyway, tone it down, keep it polite and nice looking, whatever you're doing. Again, this is a place of appearances mattering much more than you're used to in the West. Anything you can do to manage that appearance will go a long way towards making everybody more comfortable around you, appreciate you more, and separating yourself from the other 100 idiots that were foreign residents that they've met already and they didn't like. It's just the best way to say it. I'm sorry. Here's a big one. A foreigner will tell you, oh, you can just buy your way in here. And most, it seems like overwhelmingly most guys do that one. I think that's a terrible idea. That could be a whole video. I'm just going to mention it and describe it and move on because we're just going to not have time. But if you buy your way in, the big difference here from the West, like the biggest difference is back home in Detroit where I'm from, if a rich guy is older guy trying to date a younger woman, if the woman is not a gold digger of some kind or whatever you want to call that, they won't allow you to date them. If a woman back in my hometown, if she's not interested in you, she won't allow you to date her. If she doesn't like you, she will not allow you to date her. Here, because of the poor economic opportunities, the few choices that a lot of women have, again, many of them, look at my other videos, are ineligible to date they're Thai men in their own culture. They're ineligible. I mean, and there could be a very desirable woman, but the standard is like super high here. A Thai man just won't waste his time. We date, I'm telling you, we don't date number one here. We date down the pecking order a little bit. You can say what you want, make yourself feel good about yourself, but that's just flat out not true, my friend. If you actually dig into the culture, make some good Thai friends, they'll tell you. But an expat will tell you mostly, oh yeah, buy your way in, it's the same thing. The problem is here, they'll allow you to date them. They may not like you, they may hate you, they may want nothing to do with you, but they will allow you to date them and they will allow you to marry them because they need to take care of their mom and dad. They've got a lot of pressure on them. They've got a debt problem, a gambling problem from their brother or whatever. That's a whole other, I just rattled off 5 video content worth of material, but you need to be very careful. Just because a woman here accepts your company in no way indicates her real feelings towards you. You need to understand that. That's a huge difference from the West, in my opinion. Yeah, maybe I'm wrong. You evaluate that for yourself. It matters not to me what somebody else chooses to do. I'm doing this. I'm not saying this is better. I'm saying this is right for me. The point of my channel is to point out options other than just going out and dating and marrying a prostitute. Number 4, that we foreign guys are considered really desirable and we date at the top of the food chain. I've seen that online so many times, and I've heard that in person so many times. I couldn't even tell you. It's crazy. That's a really widely held belief, apparently, that we date number 1. That is absolutely not true. The most eligible Thai women are under 30, never married, no kids. And how many of those do you see us with that aren't sex workers? Few, in fact, or gold digger. And if you include that last one, boy, is that rare. I've never seen it. I've literally never, I had to think, I've literally never seen that. That's a rare one. And my number that I kind of go with is 98%, because 95% would be 1 in 20. 90% would be, 9 out of 10, and 95% is 19 out of 20, and so it leaves 1 in 20 interested in us. And I think it's less than that, so I say 98. I kind of cut that in half. This isn't the actuarial channel, but it is me making an honest best effort to give you something real. And the exact number isn't important, it's the point. I'm making a point that it's a really tiny number, it's a really rare situation that an eligible Thai woman is going to choose us, an old foreign guy that generally can't speak their native language or understand or observe their culture over their own guys. I mean, if you think about it, that makes almost kind of just obvious common sense, right? And so I think it does yourself a disservice, a great disservice, if you run around here thinking, oh, they all want to date me, oh, they're all really interested in me. Most of the flirts you'll receive are going to be women looking to geek with you. It's not going to be for a real relationship or looking to me annoy or something like that. It's not really, those are not real situations. Please please don't start thinking those are real. Don't do that. Don't do that to yourself. I hate it when guys screw themselves here, and I cringe, and it makes me sad a little bit inside, and I see it so often. Again, hence the channel. I'm trying to help, okay? So when you're dating, and we can be desirable. You get a woman over 30, a woman with kids, a woman who's been married before, a woman with debt. The Thai man is going to have local knowledge. He'll know that she borrowed $1 million baht 3 years ago and still hasn't paid it off. They know everything about each other. They don't need the internet. It's redundant to them. They know everything about each other and what's going on in Thailand already. We don't. We're outside that loop. I get inside that loop only as I'm invited in through a short handful of very close Thai friends that I have who are extremely kind and sharing about all this. That's, again, hence the channel, okay? And then number 5, I've alluded to already that we have a good reputation here. Yeah, we really don't. Generally, the whole sexpat thing, the Thais are well aware of all that. That kind of falls at our feet, that we tend to dress sloppy and look poor, which they don't understand, because the assumption is that we're all rich, which really isn't true. But then they think that, and then they see us wearing lousy clothes and stuff, and they're confused as to, well, why would he do that? Because if they had more money, they would look better. So why aren't you? And it's like, does he have a problem? Does he not understand? Is he not that bright? Like they just don't understand why we would do that. Like in my home state of Detroit, my hometown of Detroit, it's kind of a thing to do the grunge thing, do the 3 days of stubble and a ratty old T-shirt, and that it's cool to walk around like that. Here, that isn't as cool. Another thing is, there's one, loud and rude. There's another, thing. So our reputation's kind of down low, and the more you separate yourself from that, it's the vastly better reception you're going to get from everybody. I've seen foreign men around some of my Thai friends, and they're all like, "Don't need that." And then, "Oh, hey, Rob, how you doing? Need a hand today?" I had 4 guys come over and help me move all my furniture in. Now, I get invited with the guys' nights and stuff too. So, I mean, you know what I mean? Okay, enough of that. Number 6, the Isan women cause all the problems. Super not true. The Isan region is one of, if not the poorest regions in Thailand, so women with less economic opportunity are more vulnerable socially and can be tricked, forced, or heavily pushed by certain people I don't want to get into in this video to go and work in a sex trade, or they're tricked. It's supposed to be a fine, high-class restaurant, and it's not a high-class restaurant. I take exception to that. I know many very good Isan people and Thai Isan women here, and they're very, very good people. They are not inherently causing any problems. I strong recommend to find and date and marry a good Thai Isan woman. They take fantastic care of their men, and as we age, and we're older already, but as we continue to age, and our health will break down as we age, they almost look at it as an opportunity to show how good-hearted they are and how much care they give their man. Like Fawn's almost excited when I have a new health ailment, because now she's going to run around and find all these doctors for me and get me help. It's a care level I've just never had before. It's lovely and it feels great, but it's also practically efficient and beneficial to me. So highly recommend. So this whole that the East End women are bad, avoid them, that's terrible advice. Again, these are very common things that I hear guys saying, and as little as I go to a restaurant or a pub somewhere that has a lot of foreigners, I hear this crap all the time, and it's fine. I never speak up because you're never going to win an argument. What's the point? But it just makes me sad to hear like some new guy soaking up all this, compass pointing south information. It's just not helpful. Okay, 6 plus 1. What's the plus 1? It's number 7, but it's half true and it's half not true. And that is that Thais are less sensitive to age. It's true on one hand. There are way more age gap marriages and relationships here between men and women than what I see in the West. However, Thai women do generally prefer a man right around their own age. In fact, if they have the money and the status, they will try and get a handsome younger Thai man. The couple that I've interviewed about this in private both all said the same thing. I think it's 3 of them. They all said the same thing, that they thought the man would be easier to control and less problems with them being a playboy. And in the one case, I actually know the guy a little bit. He's really handsome. I get it. I mean, he's really, he looks like a movie star or something. Okay, that's not news that a woman wants to date a guy that looks like that. So, they really would prefer a guy right around their own age. We always in the West, to me, my bias is I think that the guys tend to, the guy and the woman tend to pair up, 2 to maybe 6 years older is real common. It's a little less common, kind of a little bit more rare when the woman is older than the man, even by a year or two. Here, it's kind of like, it could be 5 years either way, it's kind of the same. They don't really look at it so much. I think I take that, my impression of that is it's just more limited opportunity, and they're looking for, if they find the right person, then they are a little less sensitive on age. Now, on the other hand, again, as the Thai women get locked out of being ineligible to date their own men, then they will tend to start, if they're not aware of how dating and expats and all that kind of works, they will start trying to find an expat, foreign man in his 40s, and then they're all playboys. Those are kind of, they're really not going to typically settle down at that age. The women don't have a whole lot of luck with that. She's got to be very attractive to date in that environment, because a Western man in his 40s is much more desirable here than I am. Very competitive. They're going to have a hard time on that. And if they're just an average, pretty-ish kind of nice lady, they're probably going to not win out on that one. And then, so they start dating a guy 50, and then in his 50s, and then in my case, I mean, I was, by the time Fawn and I found each other, I was like 58. So, almost 59. So, and she was honest. She goes, later she tells me, she goes, yeah, you were kind of old. She goes, but you weren't fat. And she goes, I thought maybe I could clean. You look kind of scruffy. Because I wasn't shaving, I did the stubble thing, and she goes, yeah, I thought I could clean you up, So that last one's kind of half true. I wouldn't say, oh, big age gap, no problem. You need to kind of earn it. And I've got a video on Know Your Dating Pay Grade in Thailand. I actually rewatched it a couple weeks ago. It's just not bad. It's pretty good. It's aged pretty well. It's an older video, but it's one of my better ones, honestly. It's had over 100,000 views, so you might take a look at that and assess your pay grade a little bit. If you stay within your own pay grade, your odds of getting scammed are lower, much lower. It's the scruffy 65-year-old that wants to date the smoking hot 30-year-old, and he doesn't have a pile of money hanging out of his pocket, or a lot of personality, or doesn't know the culture, and then all he basically has is money only, and then there goes your express train ride to heck. Anyway, so 6+1 false facts an expat will tell you. I hear this all the time. A friend of mine was telling me about a new guy had a channel, I think it was last year, and he goes, Rob, it's awful. The guy, he really believes all this stuff, but he has no idea what he's saying, and he's saying all these things that he goes, we all know are absolutely not true, but he's throwing it out there because it's what he knows, and that's the problem. I'll get people commenting on 99% of my comments are great and thank you. And they're polite and they're kind and respectful and thank you. Every once in a while, and often when I get like a more negative comment or even a slightly venomous one, literally every single point they make is fake or false. They're completely not true, 180 degrees from true. Rather than arguing with them, you're not going to change an adult's opinion. If they're venomous and they're mean like that, I usually just ban them. But it is sad that someone actually believes that. I mean, some of the things I've had people tell me that they apparently seem to deeply believe is true, that are, I know to absolute metaphysical certitude are false. It's sad, and it's unfortunate for that person. So again, hence the channel. I try to share the actual knowledge that I get from all of my very kind and generous Thai friends. And they take a hit, by the way. They get pressure from other people who are not quite as good-hearted, shall we say, because it is known, some of the people that help me are known. The other local people don't know who they are, and I'm not going to say. But some of them are known, and they take heat for it. And I always am apologizing to them and say, nah, I'm not, It's the pride. They're proud of the Isan culture, and they take great exception to scammers making them look bad, and some of the other channels just talking about how, you can, I don't know, get into all that whole sexpat lifestyle or whatever, and they take exception to that as well. And here we're collectively, me and some of my friends, we're trying to push back on that and show what's really a lot more real and honest. And I think you can make yourself a lot happier with this kind of lifestyle. The partying, alcohol, and all that, I mean, I think in college, I had so much fun, it was great. But I don't know if that's really a fulfilling life. For me, it wouldn't be a very fulfilling life. I kind of like, but maybe I'm kind of boring. Anyways, hope you like the new library. It's 80% done. I got to get a couch, and I pick up my table base today, and hopefully the next couple months get it done. And we'll see how my air conditioning bill is here with 3 air conditioners. We'll see how that goes. Thanks. Bye. Hi, Dongjai.
Do that.
Oh, okay, okay.
Bye.
I was just at the coffee shop of the guy that did my Mai Pai, which is a wood paddle. One of the rabbit smoking a pipe that I like so much. I really do love that thing. I just negotiated with him all in Thai. They speak virtually no English, for a tong, a flag, made out of wood. American flag, obviously. You get sentimental and nostalgic when you're overseas, and I am much more fond of American things and Americana in general. I'm not a super sentimental guy in all honesty, but some home stuff just feels good, And I'm proud. I'm proud to be an American. I'm proud of that. I think the lady kept wanting to raise the price, and I kind of just played dumb a little bit, and he just goes, Nung Pan, 1,000. And I go, and do I agree. And then I not bowed and said, that's great, thank you. And then that ends the, when you're bowing and thanking and all that, then the negotiations have ended. And that was the end of that. And my in-laws are cleaning my yard for me, which I appreciate. Just picked up my fancy breakfast. Fawn actually bought it for me. She's like, that was $2. It's actually not quite $2. It was like a, I don't know, $1.80 or something. And it's a big breakfast with an extra snack of jelly toast, which is one of my weaknesses in this life. Just finished packing some stuff at the old house, the old rental room. Again, one of 5 rental rooms that Fawn owns. So she has a good, very good government job, and actually a successful rental business. She makes real money on it. So she has a reasonable income. Very high income for a Thai, honestly. Not some high roller in Bangkok, obviously, but you get the idea. We were just talking and laughing. I mean, I was laughing more than she was, I guess. I get it. I was sympathetic, and I reassured her. I don't want to be like a jerk about things. But I did call and tell her. The lady at the gas station would not stop flirting with me, almost wouldn't leave me alone. And I told Fawn, the lady, she was speaking, we were just speaking Thai back and forth, and then very incongruous, she stops talking, she leans really close to me, and she goes, I love you. I'm like, what? I'm buying gas. Anyways, doesn't hurt my feelings, but it's not right, and word gets around, hurts Fawn's feelings, blah, 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 blah. I always tell her, it's just easier for me, and that does kind of reassure my value a little bit. I am not unaware, okay? Fawn's insisted I take her by and go back and buy more gas tonight or something. My point is, all my ego aside, my point is for you come here, you'll feel better. If you're in a neglectful relationship back home and then you come here, your tail feathers will be fluffed up nicely. You'll be feeling pretty good about yourself in a couple of months. Not a peep, not a word after me asking, hey, what are we doing today? Anything you need? No. Oh, now we are doing the grading for the entire yard. Not 20 minutes from now, not, hey, maybe set some stakes out for next week. Nope, just nothing. We're doing it now. And you gotta not get angry at this, or you're gonna be angry all the time. This is classic Thailand. The rear light's fine without the trim. So Nayanakot Pomglatma, Pun Tomaha, Chroma. Okay. When the chrome trim comes, I'll come back, they'll put it on, but it's fine. Shout out to Milkland. They have really good coffee. All the stuff there is really good. If you see a Milkland, if you can, right there, really good stuff. Get my windshield done by the cutest little windshield cleaner in the, I can't say in the village because we're in the city, but. Thank you for watching my YouTube video. If you've watched this far, please consider hitting like and subscribe.